All right, we're back with the detuned CRF450R. And if you haven't seen any of my previous videos, this one, I put a piston in it with a lower compression, longer cylinder skirt, longer piston skirt to try to stabilize the piston inside the cylinder bore. And then momentum clutch basket, Carrillo rod, Del West titanium valves, complete engine build. Anyway, so I thought I would do a quick review of the ride that I took yesterday. And overall, I was impressed. This thing actually pulls like a tractor. I know that sounds a little cliche, but anyway, it does. It pulls. It does not flame out very easy. I was very impressed with how well the motor performed, considering the circumstances. And the circumstances I was talking about is I made it about a mile into the ride, and the air screw right up in here somehow vibrated out. I mean, I had it tensioned and the spring must have just been a little short. So anyway, I lost the spring out of it, and I had to put that screw back up in. So I was riding it with the air adjustment fully closed. So even with that, it still ran pretty good. The other thing that I kind of mentioned in one of my other videos is the chain tension. I should have probably ridden the thing a couple times out in front of the house just to get the chain pre-stretched, that or taking tools with me to adjust it on the trail. Because with the chain flapping around, I mean, we're talking it was slapping around pretty good. So that kind of irritated me just a little bit on the ride. But if it wasn't for that, it actually sounded pretty good, rode pretty good. A couple things that I need to do still is, one, like I said, I got to put another spring into this air adjustment screw and get that fixed. I've got to go into these hubs and replace the bearings, because I think I have a bearing failing on me, so that was squeaking a little bit. And then, the major one, I've got to get into the suspension and change the weight of the springs. These things, it felt like I was hitting rocks like crazy. Granted, there was a lot of rocks, but it just felt really, really stiff. So I'm gonna work with the rebound and dampening adjustments and try it again before I change the springs. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to put lighter duty springs in it. Same with the back. That should make it handle a lot better on the trail, because I'm not gonna be jumping this thing like you do in motocross. It might hit a few little ones, but anyway, I don't need the suspension quite as stiff. So I'm gonna soften it up a little bit more for the trail. The other thing I had to do is I had to borrow a skid plate to put on this thing, because the trail that I was riding on was pretty rocky, and I would not recommend riding a trail like that without a skid plate. So I had ordered one, as you can see from here, from P3 Carbon. It didn't show up in time. They said I should have it in time, but obviously with shipping and everything, it just didn't show up. So I got to get that put on, but that'll be in another video, and I'll do some reviews on what I think about that. My overall impression of it so far is that they don't come with enough mounts to hold it on. So overall impression right off the bat, not too impressed with it yet, but that'll be subject to change. So anyway, I think the momentum clutch basket inside the motor helped. And if you don't know what the momentum clutch basket is, it's a steel clutch basket that weighs almost 4 pounds. So that helps with rotation, rotating mass inside the motor to help it keep spinning instead of stalling out so easy. So there's a few things that I've done to this thing to try to help it make it trail friendly. The exhaust from Yoshimura that I put on this, that's Forest Service approved. I like how the color's turning out on it. And I mean, it's a good system. I mean, it sounds great. I'll show you a shot back up in here. I mean, it's a good setup. So anyway, overall impressions, would I do this again, detuning a 450? Absolutely. I would definitely do this again. But it does take a lot of money to, you know, convert one of these bikes over. It's not just buy a bike and slap a couple small pieces on it and not expect the price tag to start climbing. So anyway, here it is. Overall impressions. I loved how it felt with power. I mean, it pretty much climbed anything that I pointed it toward. If I could keep the front end down and the rocks at bay. Sometimes you hit some pretty good rocks and they send you for a ride whether you want them to or not. So anyway, but it's fun. The other thing that I did, and I'll wrap up this video pretty quick, is I switched out the cleats to the F7s from Fastway. Anyway, those things, yeah, you do definitely feel like you're glued to the peg. So just watch out. I hit my shin on one of those things and it gouged it up pretty good. So yes, I should have been wearing riding boots, but I was just kind of trying to take it easy on this ride because this one was just a break-in ride. I mean, I hadn't even broke the motor in yet. So anyway, I got at least one ride in on this thing. So time to change the oil and see what it looks like and get it prepped for winter, because this will be my last ride due to work. Next time you see this bike will probably be in spring. So thank you guys for staying tuned, staying connected with this project. It's been a lot of fun and still got a few more things to do to it to finish it up. So anyway, I'll see what I can do about getting some stuff done come spring. Thanks, guys.